Ever sent or received money on Venmo and thought, wait a minute, where did that little bit go? Or maybe you're a small business owner eyeing Venmo as a convenient payment option and wondering about the fine print. You're definitely not alone. Millions of people use Venmo every day, but the world of business transaction fees can feel like a murky swamp. So, let's dive in and shine a bright light on exactly how Venmo business transaction fees work, why they exist, and how they might impact you. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, it's crucial to understand that Venmo was initially designed for personal transactions, splitting rent with roommates, chipping in for pizza with friends, that kind of thing. It was all about convenience and a social payment experience. However, as more and more small businesses and freelancers started using Venmo for sales, the need for a more structured approach to business transactions became apparent. This is where Venmo business profiles and their associated fees come into play. Think of it like this: imagine using a personal bank account for all your business dealings. While it might seem straightforward initially, it can quickly become complicated when it comes to tracking income, expenses, and ensuring you're complying with regulations. Venmo business profiles offer a more professional and compliant way for businesses to accept payments, and with that comes a different fee structure compared to personal use. So, what exactly are these fees we're talking about? For personal Venmo accounts, sending money to friends and family using your linked bank account or debit card is generally free. That's a big part of why it became so popular. However, there are fees associated with certain actions, even for personal users. For instance, if you opt for instant transfers to your bank account, there's a fee involved, typically a percentage of the transferred amount with a minimum and maximum. Similarly, using a credit card to send money also incurs a fee, usually around 3% of the transaction. These fees are in place to cover processing costs and the added risk associated with these types of transfers. Now, let's pivot to the main focus: Venmo business profiles. When you operate a business profile on Venmo and accept payments for goods or services, a standard transaction fee applies to each payment you receive. As of my last update, this fee is typically around 1.9% plus 10 cents of the payment amount. So, if you sell a handcrafted item for $50 through your Venmo business profile, the fee would be 95 cents, 1.9% of $50, plus 10 cents, totaling $1.05. You would then receive $48.95 in your Venmo account. Why this fee? Well, operating a business comes with different requirements and complexities compared to personal use. Venmo needs to provide features and support tailored to businesses, including things like enhanced transaction records, potential buyer protection, and tools designed for commercial activity. These fees help Venmo cover the costs associated with providing these services and ensuring a secure and reliable platform for business transactions. It's important to note that this standard business transaction fee applies to most payments received through your Venmo business profile. However, there might be variations or additional fees depending on specific features or integrations Venmo might introduce in the future. Always keep an eye on Venmo's official website and terms of service for the most up-to-date information on their fee structure. Now, you might be thinking, 1.9% plus 10 cents doesn't sound like much. And for a single small transaction, it might not seem significant. However, if you're a business processing a large volume of sales through Venmo, these fees can add up. It's crucial to factor these costs into your pricing strategy to ensure your profit margins remain healthy. Failing to account for transaction fees can lead to unexpected reductions in your earnings. Let's illustrate this with an example. Imagine you run a small online bakery and sell an average of 20 cakes a week through your Venmo business profile, with each cake costing $30. Your weekly revenue before fees would be $600, 20 cakes x $30. However, with each $30 transaction incurring a fee of 1.9% plus 10 cents, which is 57 cents plus 10 cents equals 67 cents, your total weekly fees would be $13.40, 20 transactions x 67 cents. This means your actual earnings for the week would be $586.60, $600 to $13.40. Over a year, those fees would amount to roughly $696.80. As you can see, while the individual transaction fee might seem small, the cumulative impact over time can be substantial. So, what are your options as a business owner? Understanding these fees is the first step. Once you're aware of them, you can make informed decisions about your pricing and payment methods. You might consider adjusting your prices slightly to absorb the fee or clearly communicate to your customers that the price includes any applicable transaction fees. Another crucial aspect to consider is whether Venmo business profiles are the most cost-effective solution for your specific business needs. Depending on your sales volume, average transaction size, and the features you require, other payment processing platforms might offer more competitive rates or features tailored to your industry. It's always a good idea to research and compare different options to find the best fit for your business. For instance, platforms designed specifically for e-commerce might offer lower transaction fees for larger volumes or provide more advanced features like inventory management and integration with online stores. Similarly, traditional merchant accounts might be more suitable for businesses with very high transaction volumes. However, Venmo does offer certain advantages, particularly for small businesses and freelancers just starting out. Its widespread popularity and ease of use can make it a convenient way for customers to pay, especially if they are already familiar with the platform for personal transactions. The social aspect of Venmo, although less prominent for business profiles, can also contribute to a sense of community and trust. Furthermore, Venmo business profiles can be relatively easy to set up and manage, especially compared to more complex merchant account setups. This can be a significant advantage for individuals who are not tech-savvy or who want a quick and straightforward way to accept payments. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to use Venmo business profiles involves weighing the convenience and accessibility against the associated transaction fees. For businesses with lower transaction volumes or those just starting, the ease of use and existing user base might outweigh the cost. However, as your business grows and transaction volumes increase, it becomes increasingly important to carefully evaluate the fees and explore alternative payment processing solutions. It's also worth noting that Venmo's fee structure, like that of any financial service, is subject to change. Therefore, it's crucial to regularly review Venmo's official terms and conditions and any announcements they make regarding fee updates. Staying informed will help you avoid any unexpected costs and ensure you're making the most financially sound decisions for your business. In conclusion, while personal Venmo transactions often come with no or minimal fees, Venmo business profiles operate under a different model. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.